This is the Spanish Football Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Phil Kitromilides. I'm with Sid Lowe.
Hello.
Hello. We've got another TSFP scouting report, this time talking about Pablo Fornals, who's just joined West Ham from Villarreal for around about £24 million, 27 million euros.
And we're really sorry that we're doing this scouting report after the signing, but West Ham asked us to please not give away all the secrets until the deal was done.
Okay, but now we can.
Right, are we going to go for the media punta, the guy that plays off the forwards, or is this more an interior? He's a bit of both for now. He's a player who I think performs better centrally rather than wide. We've seen him, as often happens with this kind of footballer, I think, occasionally forced into a wide role, which isn't really wide because they end up coming inside and playing quite narrow. And I don't think that suits him. And I think if you give him the responsibility for creativity and you put him relatively close to the forward or forwards, I think he's an even better player. But he's very, very good indeed.
You think he's good enough for West Ham to try and build a team around him?
Well, yes and no. So let me rephrase that. I think there is always a risk when you build a team around a player. But I think that there is also a risk implicit in not doing that and effectively forcing him into a role that doesn't suit him, that doesn't give him the freedom to do the things that he's very, very good at. You know, we're talking about a player whose touch is very good, whose vision is, you know, the final pass, the incisive passing is really, really good. We've seen him score that extraordinary goal he scored at Athletic Bilbao from basically 45, 50 yards. But that's not really actually what defines him. And a lot of people will find that goal and go, wow, look at this. That's not really what defines him. Much more defined by what he also does in that game is an extraordinary bit of skill in the corner. I think it would depend what West Ham put around him, but I would like to see a structure that enables him to be him rather than that says, as often happens, you know, all right, well, let's put him kind of wide left midfield and he can run inside and that'll do. No, make it work for him, because if you do get him right, then he's going to be a really good player.
He's not the biggest physically, but that hasn't hampered other Spanish players going to the Premier League, Juan Mata, David Silva, etc.
Exactly, and I think sometimes we run the risk of choosing the Spanish player who's big and powerful and saying, oh, well, he's suited to the Premier League. Well, yeah, as you say, Mata and Silva and so on weren't, and the big, powerful player, Fernando Morientes is a great example of this. When he went to Liverpool, everyone said, well, he's an English striker. It doesn't necessarily work like that, which is why, as I say, I would like to see him given the structure around him to work. So this isn't a player where I look at it and go, automatically 100% he's going to be brilliant. But he is a player that I think if the conditions are right, I think he could be really very good.
Okay, so West Ham, you could have got a brilliant player for 27 million euros. We'll have to wait and see how he gets on in the Premier League. We are at patreon.com/TSFP throughout the summer for much more content related to Spanish football. And during the Spanish football season, you can listen to the podcast every Monday at SoundCloud, Acast, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. Oh, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.